Welcome to Lesson 5 in Unit 2, Playground Cooldown. In this lesson, students will work to answer the question, where are the hottest spots on the playground? In this lesson, students will investigate temperatures in the sun and in the shade on the playground. They will use data to determine that spots in the shade are cooler than those in the sun. Students will figure out that the temperatures in the sun are hotter than temperatures in the shade. The sun warms the earth, and if the sun is blocked to create shade, the temperature in that area is cooler. Students will make connections to the storyline by collecting data to compare that spots in the shade are cooler than spots in the sun. They will realize that they could use shade to protect themselves on the playground. There are several opportunities for ELA and math cross-curricular connections throughout the lesson. You can look for specific standard connections in the Unit 2 teacher guide. This lesson will take approximately 4 to 5 days to complete. You'll begin the engage portion by asking students what they've figured out about how to keep cool on the playground. You will show them the engineering design cycle and ask them to recall the anchoring problem of the playground getting too hot. You'll explain to students that just like engineers, they will investigate and gather information to help them solve that problem. You'll revisit the driving question board and add any new questions and highlight others connected to the learning goals of this lesson by calling attention to questions about solving the problem or how to keep cool on the playground. In the Explore portion of the lesson, students will make observations to investigate temperatures in the sun and the shade. You will begin your investigation by asking students to think about what they could do to help figure out where it gets hottest on the playground. On a sunny day, you will set up the temperature on the playground demonstration. The purpose of this demonstration is for students to recall that thermometers are tools used to measure temperature. You will put students in groups of 4. They will use their thermometers to find the hottest and coolest spots on the playground. You will encourage them to find a spot in the sun and the shade to come to this conclusion. You'll have students use their Temperatures on the Playground student journal page to record the temperatures during their investigation. In the Explain portion of the lesson, students will analyze and compare temperatures in the sun and the shade. You will invite them to gather for a class discussion to share their findings from their temperature comparisons on the playground. Use the provided questions to guide your discussion around where are the hottest spots on the playground. The goal of this discussion is to identify that spots in the sun are hotter than spots in the shade. As you discuss, you'll create the Lesson 5 summary chart. From the discussion, students should understand that the temperatures in the sun are hotter than those in the shade. They can create shade to play safely on the playground. During this discussion, you can post and discuss the shade vocabulary card. In the Elaborate portion of the lesson, students will engage in a class demonstration to compare different surface temperatures in the sun. You will need to set up the Comparing Surfaces demonstration. The detailed procedure for this activity can be found in the teacher guide. On a sunny day, you will take students back outside and find a spot where you can compare temperatures in the sun and shade between different types of surfaces. From this demonstration, students will observe that the temperatures in the sun are warmer than the temperatures in the shade, even on different ground surfaces. In the Evaluate portion of the lesson, students will connect sun and shade to their playground solutions. They will complete the Temperature in the Sun and Shade student journal page. To support student sense-making across the unit, you'll orient students back to the driving question board. Ask, what did we learn about where the hottest spots on the playground are? And what new questions do we have? You will then show students a picture of a beach with an umbrella that is making shade. Students will share what they notice about the image, where they think it is warmest on the beach, and what is causing it to be warmer. By the end of this lesson, students will have asked questions to determine the effect of sunlight on Earth's surface and carried out an investigation to compare temperatures in the sun and the shade. In Lesson 6, students will continue in the engineering design cycle by investigating and testing ways to make shade. For more information about this unit, visit mysidepartners.com.